Felicia. I'd like to take this opportunity to say to the class of 2020, congratulations. Over this long weekend, my daughters and I were looking through some of my old boxes from when I was in high school. We're so excited that we have an uprising senior in our home, and she wanted to look through some of my senior material from when I was in high school. I stumbled upon my old binder. This was from my class when I had Mrs. Carolyn Pierce. She was my English teacher. And Mrs. Pierce taught me one of the last lessons that I learned while in high school, and that was the art of saying thank you. With graduation upon us, it is so important to remember to write thank you notes, thank you cards to those who are helping to celebrate this milestone in your life. This paper right here was given to me and all of my classmates by Mrs. Pierce. And on here she has some tips of the proper way to write a thank you note. And I'd like to share with you the tips that she has on here. 1, use black or blue ink. It is inexcusable to write with a pencil. 2, plain white note paper is preferred to any other kind, or you may use stationery if you have some on hand. 3, mention the gift by name. If you received towels, a desk lamp, mention that in your note. Number 4, don't mention the amount of money given to you. Simply use the term money. 5, add a little personal touch to the note if possible. Avoid writing the same type of note to each person. And that is so true, because you would not want to write the same letter to 2 people and one of them showed the other person the letter that you wrote, the note that you wrote them, and they're similar. So make sure that you craft every note, you tailor it to the person that you are writing the thank you note to. 6, remember there is no substitute for a thank you note written by you. A telephone call or a thank you in person is not sufficient. And you want to remember that if your grandparents, your aunt, your uncle, someone close to you in your family, if they give you something, do not leave them out. Make sure that you write them a thank you note as well to let them know that you appreciate the gift that they gave you. On the back of this form that Ms. Pierce had, that she gave us, there was a place for us to list the gifts that were given to us. And then there was a place for you to check when you wrote your thank you cards. And so here you can see I actually wrote thank you cards to everyone who gave me something for my graduation. I'm even wearing one of my graduation gifts. This is from Mrs. Corey Hudson. I used to babysit her children, and she gifted me with this beautiful pen. And every time I wear it, I think about her. And you're talking about a gift that was given to me several decades ago that I still appreciate, and I know who gave it to me. And I appreciated it then, and I still appreciate it now. So here I have some thank you cards. I have taught my daughters the importance of writing thank you notes, and this was their beginner thank you note. On the outside it says, thanks for the great gift, and then inside there was a place for them to either write their name or to draw a picture when they didn't know how to write their names just yet. So this is the card that we used. We got a lot of use out of this card. They currently now have their own stationery with their initials, and they know that if someone is kind enough to gift them with anything, that they are required to thank that individual for their gift. Now, I'd like to mention that you do not have to spend a lot of money on stationery. Like Ms. Pierce said, you can use white paper, or you can go to Walmart. They have thank you cards with thank you on the outside, and then on the inside it's blank for you to fill in your own little note. So don't feel like you have to go out and spend a lot of money on a thank you note. You can create your own thank you notes. There are a lot of people who are just really talented with making cards. You can make your own card and write a note in it. The most important thing is, it is the thought that counts, that you are letting them know, I appreciate the gift that you gave me. One of the last tips is the most important. Always acknowledge all gifts promptly. If you don't, you may not receive other gifts in the future. And that is so true. You do not want to lag in thanking someone with a thank you card. So you want to put their thank you card in the mail within a week or two after you've received your gift. And one of the nice things about graduation is you get so many gifts. I remember my mom had in our living room an area where we actually put all my gifts so I could go and look and see my gifts. And we didn't put them away because I was going off to mortuary school. So we kept those gifts in the living room. And then when I packed for school, I knew where all my new items, my new gifts were, and then we packed them for my college. The cool thing about Miss Pierce is that she knew that when we started school, the first thing that we did was coloring. That's the first thing you learn to do. Well, the last thing she had us to do was to color a graduate. So this is my graduate in her cap and gown. She's a little precious moment girl with her diploma. And my brother actually has his hanging up in his room at my mother's home, his old bedroom. And I just found mine when I was going through all of my boxes, so I'm glad that I still have mine as well. And if you like this video, I'd really like for you to comment below and let me know the last impression that one of your teachers made on you. What was your takeaway? I'd love to hear your comments below. If you like this video, I'd love a thumbs up, and again, a comment, and please feel free to subscribe. And I would like to close by saying to class of 2020, again, congratulations and best wishes in your future endeavor.